Hey guys, welcome to another video of Code Ventures. My name's Desheng Liu and I'm one of the founders here at Code Ventures. Today we're going to be learning more about Scratch and still in the movements, but a little bit more advanced. And in this video we're going to be teaching about how to control your own movements, meaning that if I were to click something on the keyboard, it will react and Scratchy will move left or right, up and down accordingly. First thing we need is whenever the green flag is clicked block, because without this the program will not be able to run even if I click the green flag. So as I said, our project is to move Scratchy left and right and optimize our movements by using the keyboard. So we'll need something that Scratchy can react to, and that will most likely be a block. So if you look on control, there is an if and then, and there's an if else, and then there's other things such as repeat until, when I start as a clone, and other control blocks like this. So we'll be wanting to use the if block, which is commonly used in actual text-based languages. We'll need something inside because, you know, in common life, if I'm hungry, I want to eat. If I'm not hungry, I wouldn't eat. So if I did not have the hungry statement, there wouldn't be a point of eating. I would just be like if eat, and that wouldn't make sense. So I need something in between. So in this case of moving the cat, like I said, I would need to use one of the keys on the keyboard. If I want to move right, I need to look for something that will allow me to move right if I click the right arrow. So as I'm looking for the right arrow key. So after some time, I found the block that allows something. So if like I said, I want to move right. So if the key, not space, but I can customize it. If you click here, you can see up arrow, down arrow, right arrow, left arrow. So I want to move right. So if the right arrow is pressed, then if you think about it, so something should go in here. So we'll need something to do with motion. And on top of that, we'll need something to do with direction, because if we just click the right arrow and we just tell him Scratchy to move, we won't know what direction he's moving in. So first thing, I noticed that the direction is 90 degrees, which means it's automatically going to the right already. So to reiterate that, I'm going to use this point in direction 90 degrees. So that will point me to the right direction, and then move 10 steps. And that will be for my right arrow. So you can duplicate by right-clicking and duplicating this many times for left, right, up, and down. So this is right here, and this will be left arrow. Oh, I did not mean to do that. And then up arrow, and then down arrow, which I'll need to duplicate one more. But they all say 90 degrees, so whatever key I'll click, it won't matter because I'm always moving right. So I need to change the direction. So if I'm moving up, well, you can use the compass, but it'll be 0. And moving down, you can, it'll be 180. Moving left, it should be 270 or negative 90. So I'm clicking the wrong thing. Negative 90. And if I move this all under here, it should have all my custom controls. And move this. And voila, there's our main part. So let's go over this. If I click the key right arrow, then I will point in the right direction and then move 10 steps. If I click the left arrow, then I will position the cat and point in the direction to the left of me and move 10 steps also. If I click the up arrow, I'll move in 0 degrees, which means I go up and move 10 steps. If I click the down arrow, I'll move 180 degrees, which is going down right here, and move 10 steps. So now we're going to test it. So we're going to click go, and then we're going to try it. You'll be able to hear my key pressing. So as you see, it's not moving. There's a problem with my code. And one thing, like I said, we'll need that forever loop, which I showed in the last video, because whenever I click the green flag, you see it only lights up a little bit for a small amount of time. And that means that the function immediately ends right after I click it. So I need something to make these functions last forever. So as you see, there's a forever function right here, and I'll put it around all the commands right here. And let's try it again. So as you see, it's highlighted now for forever until I stop the program. And now our movement should work. So you see, my cat is moving now as I'm clicking up and down. Now I'm going to click right, and let's test these commands. Move left. And yeah, this is how you know, Scratchy does it. So now you have your movements. So now that our controls are working up, down, left, right, and they're all working, and Scratchy's moving to whatever key we're clicking, we want to make this program more simplistic for a person to read and understand. So you can do this by clicking My Block and making your own customizable block that has code inside. It's like one of these blocks right here. Whenever the green flag is clicked, inside this block there's information that we cannot see, but all we know is that whenever the green flag is clicked, a program's gonna run, and in this case, the program that we've made. So let's make a block. So in this case, we're talking about movements and controls that we use. So I'll just name this movements. There's nothing else. No, okay, let me call that. So I'll just name this movements. And as you see, it says define movements. I'll zoom this closer for you to read. And as you see, it says define movements. And within this, you can drag your code inside, which I'm gonna do. So I'm moving this in here. And within this movements block, all this is going to apply. And then I can drag this movements block into my code. And all I have right here is movements. So I do want to delete this forever code and add it in here. I did a little error here. So I'm going to delete this block and delete this block as well. And then make sure I put the forever in the big movements block that I made. And then I'll be able to put the movements right here. So if we just don't focus on this and we only look at this part right here, it looks really simplistic. All we know is that it has movements here. So it'd be easier for maybe basic programmer or your random friend and look at this, and he'll understand that whatever's inside this, movements will occur. So obviously, since you guys understand this, we made this more simplistic by adding it all in here. So let's test this now. So this is our basic code. So whenever the green flag, our movements should happen. So we click go, and then it's working now. I don't even see my code, and the cat is moving at my arrow keys. So that is the end of our lesson. So now the cat can be moved up and down within this movements block. And this idea of making code simplistic is really important towards real-life computer science and your personal projects that you want to make. If your code is super long and very complex and hard to read, it would be easier for you to make it under one block that you customize, so it would be easier for you to understand as you're making bigger projects. That's the end of my video, and thank you guys for watching.